Oh. Excuse me.
In Doctor Strange, the scene where Christine gets scared by a falling mop wasn't planned. Rachel McAdams was supposed to just walk out of frame, but when the mop fell and scared her, she stayed in character, so the director decided to keep it in the film. In There's Something About Mary, when Ben Stiller is being loaded into the ambulance, the paramedics drop the stretcher as they load it into the back of an ambulance. This was actually a genuine mistake. In The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, when Daniel Craig's character arrives at his cabin, he accidentally knocked over a milk bottle while grabbing a can of cat food. He quickly caught it before it hit the floor. The director, David Fincher, liked how natural it looked, so he kept it in the movie. In Austin Powers in Goldmember, during the fountain scene, Austin's stream starts sputtering like a sprinkler. This happened because the water cannon malfunctioned, but the directors found it so funny that they decided to keep it in the movie. While filming End of Watch, Officer Brian Taylor flashes a Code 4 signal at a helicopter. This wasn't scripted and was an actual LAPD flight unit coming to check out the scene. Code 4 means no further assistance is needed. While filming Mystery Men, a crew member accidentally threw a disposable lighter into a trash can, not knowing it was a prop that would later be set on fire. The lighter exploded during a take, causing a sudden burst of flame behind Paul Rubens, who then improvised the now famous line,
"Excuse me."
In Big Fish, there's a scene where an elephant poops right next to Edward as he dreams about Sandra. This gag wasn't scripted, it happened spontaneously. In Tropic Thunder, the scene where Tug talks to a flying mantis and it flies into his face actually happened by accident.
You're beautiful.
In This Means War, Reese Witherspoon improvised much of the ladies' bathroom scene. However, the part where she leans into the mirror and says,
"Has that been on my teeth the whole time?"
She had a piece of food stuck in her tooth from an earlier scene, and her reaction was real.
"Has that been on my teeth the whole time?"
In Dirty Dancing, Patrick Swayze found Jennifer Grey's ticklishness frustrating during a scene where she had to raise her arm while he stroked her side. They filmed the scene 20 times because she kept laughing. The crew decided to leave this in the movie. In The Hateful Eight, actor Kurt Russell had a scene in which he was supposed to smash a guitar to pieces. But when it came time to shoot the scene, the wrong guitar was placed in his hands. Instead of a prop, he grabbed an expensive antique guitar on loan from a museum and completely destroyed it.
Music time's over.
Jennifer Lee's reaction was priceless. During the filming of The Fellowship of the Ring, Billy Boyd got a real surprise in the scene where he and Merry steal Gandalf's firework. He didn't know it would shoot into the sky right in front of him, so his terrified scream was completely genuine. In the original script for Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Tim the Enchanter was given a long-winded and imposing name more befitting the character. But when it came time to shoot the introductory scene, John Cleese forgot it, and so he ad-libbed the now iconic line.
"By what name are you known?"
"There are some who call me Tim."
That pause is actually John Cleese trying to remember the rest of the line, before giving up and saying the first name that popped into his head, which ended up being way funnier than what they had written.
"There are some who call me Tim."
"Greetings, Tim the Enchanter."
In movie The Evil Dead, during the scene where Ash is burying his demonic girlfriend, a happy accident occurs. When dropping dirt on the camera, part of his head is still visible. This wasn't intended to happen. In Platoon, the scene where O'Neill struggles to light Barnes' cigarette was actually a mistake. The Zippo lighter failed to ignite, and Barnes' annoyed stare was real as O'Neill finally got it to light on the second try. In American Graffiti, there's a scene where a guy robs a liquor store and throws a bottle to Toad, who almost drops it. Although they practiced the scene perfectly, director George Lucas chose to keep the take where Toad nearly fumbles. Also, the opening scene where Terry crashes his moped into a garbage can was an accident, but it was left in the movie. In MASH, during the opening credits, a stretcher bearer stumbles and falls while carrying a wounded soldier from the chopper pad. This was a real, unscripted accident during filming. In Rogue One, Alan Tudyk actually slapped Diego Luna for real. Although Luna seems in pain, he's actually hiding his laughter with a face palm.
Taking us to quiet! And there's a fresh one if you mouth off again.
In The Searchers, during the battle at the ford, Captain Reverend Clayton accidentally fires a shot after Ethan throws him a revolver. This was an actual mistake by actor Ward Bond, but the director, John Ford, decided to keep it in the film. There were many unscripted scenes in Harry Potter, and many happened in the second film. At the end of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry saves the day and foils Lucius Malfoy's sinister plans. Enraged, Lucius glares at Harry and says,
Let us hope Mr. Potter will always be around to save the day.
This line was ad-libbed by Isaacs, but what makes this scene even cooler is that 12-year-old Radcliffe then ad-libs his own response to Isaacs.
Don't worry. I will be.
During the filming of Goldfinger, Harold Sakata, who played Oddjob, badly burned his hand during the electrocution scene. Despite the pain, he held on until the director called cut. Oddjob was really committed. You hardly find staff like that these days. During the filming of Ghostbusters, the shelf falling down in the library scene wasn't planned. It was an accident caused by the crew. It could have ruined the take, but Bill Murray turned it into a hilarious moment.
This happened to you before? First time?
Throwing out an ad-libbed line of dialogue is one thing, but shaving off all the hair on your head is a whole new level of improvisation. According to Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen, in 50-50, the scene where Gordon-Levitt's cancer-stricken character buzzes his head was completely unplanned. In the movie Rain Man, there's a memorable scene in a phone booth where Dustin Hoffman unexpectedly farts and Tom Cruise gets annoyed. Surprisingly, this funny moment wasn't planned. Hoffman actually farted for real, and Cruise's reaction was genuine and improvised.
Did you fart, Ray? Fart. Did you fucking fart?
Fart.
Oh,
In Raiders of the Lost Ark, during the scene where Indiana threatens to blow up the Ark, a fly lands on Paul Freeman and crawls into his mouth. It looks like he swallows it. Spielberg found it funny and cut out the part where the fly leaves Freeman's mouth. In Meet the Parents, Ben Stiller's joke about a kung fu grip on the airplane made one of the extras laugh. The extra quickly hid to avoid ruining the scene.
If you can get it from my kung fu grip, then you can come and have it, okay? Otherwise, step off, bitch.
In You've Got Mail, the scene where Joe accidentally closes the door of Kathleen's shop on the balloons was unscripted. Tom Hanks actually did that and ad-libbed the line.
Good thing it wasn't the fish.
The ad-lib, as well as the reaction shot of Ryan and other cast members laughing, was left in the movie. In The Graduate, when Ben grabs Mrs. Robinson's breast during their first encounter, it was completely unscripted. Dustin Hoffman walked to the back of the room and started banging his head against the wall because he couldn't stop laughing. Noah's Ark was a semi-silent film directed by Michael Curtis. For the flood scenes, Curtis went to extreme lengths, pouring hundreds of thousands of gallons of water onto the extras trying to reach the set's ark. This resulted in 3 extras losing their lives on camera and many others getting seriously injured. In Airplane, there's a scene where a man turns on the air for his sick wife, causing a strong wind to blow through the cabin. A passenger's fake beard was supposed to fly off, but the glue held it in place. So the actor started making funny faces to try and get it to fall off. Home Alone is a holiday classic that is beloved by many. In the scene towards the end of the film where Harry threatens to bite off Kevin's fingers, you may be shocked to learn that Joe Pesci really did bite Macaulay Culkin's finger and left a permanent scar.
During rehearsal, he actually bit me, and I still have the scar. I didn't even realize it till recently, and there it is, the little thing.
In Tombstone, Billy Bob Thornton completely ad-libbed the famous saloon scene where he is slapped by Kurt Russell. The director only told Thornton to be a bully.